Hi everyone! Welcome to week 4 of our 2017 Home Organizing Challenge. Join me here every week and I'll give you a simple task to focus on throughout the week and you'll baby step your way to a more organized home. This week we're continuing our focus in the kitchen and we're looking at our spices. Now, as a professional organizer, I would say spices are one of the things that I have heard the most about when we're working in the kitchen. Of people saying, I'm cluttered, I don't know what I have, I don't know what I need when I'm cooking, I can never find what I need. So this week we're going to get your spices under control and it's going to make cooking a breeze. So the first thing I want you to do this week is just to take everything out, empty out all of those spices. You might have your spices in a cabinet, on the countertop in an organizer, maybe on a wall unit that hangs and holds all your spices, maybe they're in your pantry. Take every single spice out and lay them on your counter. I want you to start looking through those spices to see exactly what you have and ask yourself, how old is this spice? In general, spices are going to last for about 2 years once they've been open, and then after that, they really start to lose their flavor and go stale. So if you think that you've had it for longer than 2 years, now's the time. I want you just to open it up, pour it out, recycle the container, and just put it on your shopping list for next week if it's one that you're using pretty often. Okay, once you've looked through all of your spices, and if you don't know how old it is, if you can't remember the last time you used it, that's probably a good indicator that it's past its time. So go ahead and get rid of anything that might be questionable also, because you want it to be really, really fresh if you're going to be cooking with it. All right, now we've emptied everything out. I want you to wipe all of that area down because especially with spices, things tend to dump out or you get little, remnants of different spices in the drawer or the cabinet. So go ahead and give everything a nice wipe down so it's nice and clean for when you put it back. Now you can see here that all of our spices are actually stored in our drawer. When we moved into our house a few years ago, I would have loved to have this great cabinet that I could put all of these, clear jars with the labels and make everything pretty like you see on Pinterest, and it looks amazing because we do use a lot of spices. But our kitchen isn't that big and we really didn't have an upper cabinet to put it in, and we don't even have a pantry in our house. So it's one of those things that we got really creative and actually just used a drawer. And I've grown to really love it because as you can see, it pulls out nice and easy. It has easy access. I can put everything, all of the labels up. I don't have to pour them out of their specific bottles that they came in, and all the labels are facing up so I can see what I need immediately. Now the way that we have our drawer organized is by frequency of use. And so all of the things that we use on a daily basis are in the very front of the drawer. Then it kind of works its way back based on that frequency. This is one way that I really encourage you to think about organizing your spices, because this way you're not having to dig through everything, whether it's in a drawer or on a cabinet or on a Lazy Susan. A lot of people love using Lazy Susans where you put all of your containers of spices on it and it turns, and then that way you can just spin it and find what you need. And so it might be a great idea to organize that by frequency of use. Another way that I have seen spices organized is alphabetized, just like they do in the store. When you go to buy a spice, you're looking for it based on the alphabet. You could do that in your home as well. If it's one of those things that you use a lot of spices all the time and it's really hard for you to figure out what you use the most, why don't you alphabetize them? Put them on the shelf all in alphabetical order, or in your drawer all in alphabetical order. Give it a shot, it might work for you. The last thing that I want to talk about is maintaining your spice cabinet or your spice drawer. One way that I really like to do it is when I open a spice, I'll get a Sharpie marker and I'll actually write the date that I opened that spice right on the label. So I write it right on the label, and that's my indication that this is the date that I opened it. And then, like I said, it's usually good for about 2 years. And so usually about every spring, I start going through this drawer and just making sure that I haven't, let anything pass that time. As you can see, I have pulled out a few today because as I was getting ready for this, I noticed I did have a few that are expired or probably stale. We haven't used them in a while. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of those ones. But you can do the same thing for maintenance. So that way you're keeping up with this and you're not ending up buying 3 or 4 of the same ones because the other ones might be in the back, or you might be thinking that you have something but really it was expired and you really shouldn't be using it because it's not very fresh. So those are my tips for your spice drawer or spice cabinet, whichever you have. Leave me some comments if you have any questions. I'd be happy to help you, and I hope that you have a very productive week, and everything that will be left in your spices should be nice and fresh, and your food will be tasting better. All right, have a great day. Bye-bye.